Previously on Knights of the Old Republic. Oh dear, a man with an energy shield. That could be a problem for our main person who deals damage in our party. Oh goodness. Hello, Mr. Man with a vibro blade who wants to stab me. Garth, do me a favor. And, shoot back. Oh, these guys are jokes compared to the other dudes. Let's go have a shootout on the street, shall we? That seems safe. Hello, Black Vulkers. Do they simultaneously shoot around and shoot at?
Time to rumble!
These guys down here are a little bit more, juiced than the other guys.
You asked for this!
Hit him in his face. His stupid green face. What in the world? I don't even know. Hopefully this guy's not juiced. Oh, he has health. He has a lot of health. Well, I say that. There we go. Oh, and Karth has decided to, anger the... Oh my goodness, it's a whole entourage down there. And there's a mine on the ground that we're gonna have to run through. Alrighty, let's go ahead and mosey on back to the main section of the lower city. And let's go see if we can't get into some more trouble, specifically at the Hidden Bek base to our east, just down the street here. Actually, you know what we didn't do? You know what we did not do, is we did not investigate the swoop platform. I do want to investigate this. So we're going to backtrack again, and we're going to make another lap and see what this is all about. Alright, let's see what this swoop platform has. I'm going to quick save real quick, just in case something horrible happens up here. Huh. Well. A lot of people up here. Should I be concerned?
This area is off limits because of the riot after the last race. You Teresians couldn't handle crowd control, so we're shutting down the swoop track. Just move along.
Interesting. There's loot here. I will not complain. And there's things on the ground. Loot? Grenades, parts, Pazak cards that are basically useless. Security spikes. Those are relatively helpful. In the right hands, they're relatively helpful.
If this place ain't spotless for the season opener, Brezhik will have his thugs beat me within a hair of my life. The Vulkers are taking this race very seriously.
I feel like those are not the original voice actors. But it's okay. Loitering swoop fan.
You got any favorites in the season opening race this year? Any inside info on which gangs got the edge? I hear the Black Vulkars got themselves some new prototype swoop engine.
Maybe they are. That guy sounds like other people. Anyway. Chunk pile. $10 and a stun ray. You know. We'll see what that works with later, I suppose.
You got any favorites in the season opening race this year? Any inside info on which gangs got the edge? I hear the Black Vulkars got themselves some new prototype swoop engine.
Gotta sweep and clean, gotta have this place sparkly shiny for when the crowds show up.
What an odd and peculiar place. I'm assuming this door doesn't lead anywhere? Yeah, of course. They just basically mirrored this, which is fine. That's fine. Interesting little place they added in. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. I was anticipating like a huge like conflict, so hey, we got some decent loot out of it. We got some grenades and some money. I will not complain. Not for a second. Now, let's check out the Hidden Bek base. Because all we have left to do at this point is collect some bounties and go to the Bek base down here. Of course, there are some loose ends in the upper city, but we'll cover those later. It will not be long before we return back up there. Alright, let's talk to the lookout.
Hey, you can't just walk in here. This is the Hidden Bek base. How do I know you're not a Vulker spy sent to kill Gadon Thek?
You don't. You really don't. But I do need his help.
A lot of people want to go inside and speak to Gadon. He's a hero of the common folk. But the days of the Hidden Bek's open door policy are gone. Between the Sith conquest and the Vulker gang war, Gadon has more enemies than he used to. We're being careful about who we let in now.
And yet you only have one guard outside. Maybe I could be an ally. I would be willing to join.
Well, we do need all the help we can get. And you don't look like you're with the Vulkers or the Sith. Besides, it's not like you can do anything to harm Gadon in the heart of his own base. Not with Zerdra watching his back.
So he's got a bodyguard, and this is true. I mean, I guess they could just overwhelm me and swarm me, even though I have my own personal Terminator back here in Karth.
Go in and speak to Gadon if you want. Just remember to be on your best behavior. The Hidden Beks are watching you.
That's not creepy. Well, that didn't take long to convince this person to let us in. Let's see what this is all about, shall we? Hopefully it's not some dog and pony show. Cozy, warehouse-like area with people with interesting armor. These guys aren't messing around. Hello, sir. Gang rivalry. Gunning people down the streets is going too far. Well, you haven't met me. Actually, you haven't met my friend Karth here. He's the guy who's been gunning people down in the street here recently. So, you know, it is what it is. Alright, we have Zerdra, and I'm assuming this is Gadon.
Hold it right there. Who are you, and what is your business with Gadon?
Calm down, Zerdra. Nobody's going to try anything here in the middle of our own base. It would be a suicide mission.
You're too trusting, Gadon. Brezhik and his Vulkers want you dead. Anyone we don't know is a potential threat, and it's my job to make sure you're safe.
Do you want us to start attacking strangers on sight, Zerdra? Like the Vulkers do? I will never let it come to that. Now step aside and let them pass.
As you wish. You can speak to Gadon if you want, but I've got my eye on you. You try anything and you'll be vaporized before you can say Vulker spy.
You know, I can appreciate the added level of security and awareness that this person has. I can get behind that, you know? There are two different factions that would like nothing more than to see you dead, I guess, so...
You'll have to forgive Zerdra. Ever since Brezhik and the Vulkers began this war against us, she's been a little overzealous in her security duties.
I disagree.
Problems with the Sith haven't helped things. Zerdra seems to forget that I know how to look after myself. Now, how can I help you?
That remains to be seen. How can he help us? Well, this guy seems to be giving out flyers, so... problems with the Sith...
A foreign army invades Terrace, declares martial law, and locks down all travel to and from the planet? You damn well bet I have a problem with that. If the Sith ever moved in down here, all the swoop gangs would unite against them. We'd use hit-and-run guerrilla tactics to pick them off. Their casualties would be enormous.
Don't fool yourself. The Sith would never commit to that kind of operation. They'd probably do something much more grand and deadly.
But so far, the Sith have stayed out of the lower city, and our strength is wasted on this stupid gang war. I tried to explain this to Brezhik, but he and his Vulkers won't listen.
Oh, Karth, and thinking that the Sith are just going to torch every planet they come across, like his homeworld. So they stayed out of the lower city. Strength is wasted on a gang war. Brezhik won't listen. How about some questions?
I don't see any harm in that. What did you want to know?
Is there something wrong with your eyes? What's up with your freaky eyes, old man? That's funny. Why are you at war?
When I lost my sight in the swoop bike accident, everyone assumed I would step down as leader of the Hidden Beks and let Brezhik, my most trusted follower, take over. But with my ocular implants, I can still see well enough to lead this gang, and I knew Brezhik wasn't ready to take over yet. Unfortunately, Brezhik didn't agree with me. In a rage, he left to join our arch-rivals, the Black Vulkars. A lot of the younger gang members followed him, and soon he and his followers had taken control of the Vulkar gang.
So, the first mate wanted to take over too soon. So, yeah, sounds like a child. Very childlike behavior. Sounds like he's acting like a spoiled brat.
Brezhik is a proud man. My decision was a public humiliation for him. Maybe if I had stepped down, this gang war could have been avoided.
Don't fool yourself, Gadden. Brezhik wants to control the lower city gangs. If you'd stepped down, he'd have led the Beks against the Vulkars. He wanted this war, one way or another.
I know you're right, Zerdra. Brezhik won't rest until I am dead and the Beks are no more. But it's hard to accept the truth of his betrayal.
Well, I mean, he does have people trying to kill you. And me, for that matter.
I don't see any
So
harm
that
in
does...
that. What did you want to know?
That does shed some light on the horrific, how upside down the lower city is. Alright, so we know about his eyes, we know about the Sith. How about a way off the planet?
Not while the Sith quarantine is in place. Even the fastest smuggler ships can't break the blockade of the fleet surrounding the planet without the proper launch codes. Any ship leaving the Terrace atmosphere without the proper codes would be instantly disintegrated by blaster cannons, fired by the Sith fleet's automated targeting systems.
Even would a YT-1300 freighter be able to outrun the blockade?
I don't see any harm in that. What did you want to know?
But remember, he did say that there's a set of codes we can obtain if we wanted to escape. Keep that in the back of your mind. Alright, how about those Republic escape pods? That's really what we're after here.
The escape pods? You know, I heard the Sith have been asking around the upper city about them as well. But you don't look like you're with the Sith.
They might be spies, Gadden. They might be working for the Sith.
Calm down, Zerdra. If the Sith thought we knew anything useful, they'd have a battalion of troops kicking down our door.
It's fair.
No, I think this off-worlder has his own agenda.
Also true. These people are pretty good at judging our character just on looks, in fairness. Do you know anything about this, or nah?
I suppose I could tell you what I know. It's not like it could do any harm to me or my gang.
Well...
But it might cause problems for the Vulkars, and that's okay in my book. The Vulkars stripped those pods clean within hours after they landed. It's too bad we didn't get there first, considering what my spies reported the Vulkars found. A female Republic officer named Bastila survived the crash. We Beks don't believe in intergalactic slavery, but the Vulkars aren't so picky. They took her prisoner.
Oh, boy. Well, she's a slave. What's gonna happen to her? Well, I mean, I could take a guess, but let's let him explain.
Normally, the Vulkars would take a captured slave and sell them for a nice profit to Davik, or an off-world slaver. But a Republic officer is no ordinary catch.
I still think Bastila's just a Republic officer. That could work to our advantage. Maybe she'll even figure out a way to escape from the Vulkar base on her own.
She's too valuable to leave with the Vulkar scum at the base. Brezhik's probably got your Republic friend hidden away somewhere safe until the big swoop race. You'll never find her.
Swoop race, huh? I was just on a swoop platform. What does a swoop race have to do with anything?
I'm afraid your friend has become a pawn in Brezhik's game to take over the lower city. He's offered her up as the Vulkar's share of the prize in the annual swoop gang race. By putting up such a valuable prize, Brezhik hopes to win the loyalty of some of the smaller gangs. Their numbers will allow him to finally destroy me and my followers.
So how do you propose we go about rescuing Bastila then? Well, we can't fight all the gangs.
The only hope you have of rescuing Bastila is to somehow win the big season opener of the swoop race.
Almost like winning a pod race to secure my freedom. In this case, it's winning a pod race to secure someone else's freedom. Seems very similar. How do I enter said swoop race?
I might be able to help you with this, if you'd be willing to help us. We both have something to gain here, and much to lose.
I suppose that's true. I can help you if you pay me. I don't know about that one, Chief. I don't work with gangs. Well, you know. I don't know I can trust you. That's fair.
You really don't have any other choice.
Also true.
Not if you want to get Bastila back. You should at least listen to what I have to say. The swoop race is for the lower city gangs only. I could sponsor you as a rider for the Hidden Beks this year. If you win the race, you'll win your friend's freedom. But first, you have to do something for me. My mechanics have developed an accelerator for a swoop engine. A bike with the accelerator installed can beat any other swoop out there. But the Vulkars stole the prototype from us. They plan to use it to guarantee a victory in this year's swoop race. I need you to break into their base and steal it back.
So we're trying to find this part that's basically going to be an automatic win. Okay, well, I see why you think it's important and want me to go get it. How am I supposed to get inside?
Getting into the Vulkar base won't be easy. The front doors are locked tight. But I know someone who might be able to get you in the back way. Mission Veo.
Mission? Gaddon, you can't be serious. She's just a kid. How is she supposed to help them with this?
Mission's explored every step of every back alley in the lower city. Plus, she knows the undercity sewers better than anyone. If anyone can get inside the Vulkar base, it's her.
We met Mission in Javiar's Cantina a episode or two ago. Where can I find her?
She and her Wookiee friend Zalbar are always looking to stir up a little excitement. They like to go exploring in the Undercity, despite the dangers. Your best bet is to look for her in the Undercity. But you'll need some way past the Sith guard post at the elevator.
Ah, yes, the Sith guard post of crashing. Yes, I'm quite familiar, yes. I got past the upper city guard. I got some Sith uniforms.
A simple disguise might have worked on the upper city guard, but the security down here is much tougher. You'll need the proper papers to get past him. Luckily, my gang ambushed one of the Sith patrols headed down to the Undercity. They never made it, and their security papers fell into my hands. Since we're working together now, I suppose I could give them to you in exchange for your uniforms. With the security papers, you won't need a disguise anyway.
Yes, because proper security protocol wouldn't dictate that they change up everything. They would totally continue using the same form of documentation. Anyway, semantics. What do you want with the uniforms?
I like to be prepared. Eventually, the Sith are going to try to drive us out of the Undercity. Sith disguises might give my people the edge we need in a crucial battle.
I'll take your word for it. Alright, I'll trade if it gets me into the Undercity.
Good choice. Thanks for the uniforms. You won't need them with these security papers anyway. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
Is there anything else he can do for me? I guess not. I'll be back.
I suggest you hurry. The swoop race is coming up, and we want you to have time to practice before the race.
Alright, so we got a little more intel on where this whole thing is going, and we are officially a part of the whole gang picture. And as of right now, we're gonna let Gaddon Thek be our means to this loose end, or a means to this end. Alright, let's take a little look-see and figure out what to do. We have a couple side quests that are open as of right now. See, the dueling ring will eventually... We could kill two birds with two stones. Well, with one stone, rather. If we were to go back and start dueling again. I do want to go back and grab some money for these bounties. We also have rat ghoul serum that we could tackle. Okay. I think we're going to make a pit stop at Javiar's Cantina on the way to the Undercity. And we'll get paid. And maybe play another round of cards. Who knows? Seems like a good idea. Gamble away the money we've earned. Cantina's to the south. Alright. We'll head on in real quick. Thankfully, the loading screens are maybe a second or two long. It was not like that back in the day on old school Xbox. Maybe we could buy some Pazak cards? A little shopping with our new cash? Sounds good to me. Hopefully we don't crash in here, fingers crossed. Quick save just in case. Alright, Zax, I have bounties to turn in. Alright, hope you didn't come here just to chat. Well, good news for you, as I've got bounties I want to collect on. Which bounty are you here to collect on? A lie. Tell him Matrix is dead. How about that? Yeah, Matrix dead. And he believes us. Perfect. He heard reports of a rather large explosion. Some of my people saw you buying the permacrete detonator. That's not creepy. It's good Matrix dead, but maybe you went overboard, human. Next time use a blaster, not a bomb. Bombs are messy, but at least the job is done. Here, 300 monies. That's the price for all bounties. I want 400 credits for this job. You don't bargain with me. That's fair. My persuade skill is also quite low because I'm only level 2. But I lost my head. I'll take the 300. You do good work, human. There's lots of bounty hunters on Terrace, but most are lazy. Alright, I have another bounty I want to collect on. And it's Selvin. All the other bounty hunters who went after her ended up dead themselves, you know. Well, KotOR didn't go after her, apparently. I did well. 300 more dollars. Space dollars. Alright, pleasure doing business with you. And with that, I'm out. And with that, I'm out. 600 credits to do what we please. That excites me, considering the fact that we are now over 1,000 credits thanks to our looting and breaking and entering that we have done in the entirety of the lower city. So that excites me greatly. We're at 19 or 20 minutes for this recording. I'm going to go shopping and play around at cards, and then in the next one, we'll go explore the Undercity. Could I actually take care of Dia's bounty real quick?
This better be important. I'm trying to watch the dancing girls. You got some news about Dia or something?
I want her bounty removed.
It's like I told you before. You come up with 200 credits, and I'll remove the bounty. Otherwise, she's gotta pay the price.
Yeah, here's 200 bucks.
Don't worry. I'll stick to my end of the bargain. I'll go tell Zax right now that the bounty is off the table.
Hey, look, light side points. Now, thinking about this, the last time we gave away 200 space bucks to help somebody out, we ended up poor shortly after, so I'm hoping that was not the case this time. And we need to remember to go talk to Dia about this in the future. Alright, so here are my gambling pals. This guy, who had the comeback of a lifetime against me in our last match. And we have Uriah. Let's look and see the cards he has. Ooh, he's got some good stuff. I could make myself poor in here. Okay, let's see what we got to purchase. The plus-minus cards are so good. Man, they're expensive, though. Alright, I'll buy plus-minus 3. Yeah, we're gonna spend some cash. Yeah, we're just gonna burn it because I have a score to settle. I have a score to settle. Oh, he has infinite plus-minus 6s. Do I have does it show me my Pazak deck? It does not show. I think I already bought the. Did I buy the plus-minus 6? I don't remember. It's only 50. I'll buy it again, just in case. He has infinite of these. He has infinite of all of these. Interesting. I'll grab the plus-minus 6. I'll buy that, and then I'll buy the -4. And just like that, we're poor again. Well, not totally poor, but we had 1,100. I just spent 800 credits on gambling. So, we'll see if my little, spending spree nets us anything. I am going to pop a quick save here for no apparent reason.
Back again. Well, ever since I was banned from the upper cantina, I've been desperate to find a good game of Bazak. You want to play?
Yeah, I'll play.
Excellent. My funds were getting somewhat low.
I'm gonna pony up. Oh, I can only wager 40. I was gonna wager 43. Fine, I'll wager 40 credits against you, Gilrude. All right, I'll wager 40 big ones, 40 smackaroons. All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to. Can I remove all of my cards? That's the thing I can do. I'm just gonna remove all my cards. Okay. I want all my specialty cards in there. Okay. 1, 3, 6, -4. All right. I want a +2. I want a +4. A +5. And another +4, and we'll do a +3. There we go. That's what we're gonna roll with for now. I had kind of a strategy for that, sort of, kind of. We'll just see how it goes. All right, here we go. Me versus Gelrude in another decisive match of space blackjack. All right. Okay, we have a 10% chance of busting on the next turn, but we have minus cards now. I'm willing to burn the +2 to not lose. Fine, it's a draw. He burned -5, which is useful for when he busts next time. See, in my opinion, burning a plus is a little bit better than burning a minus, you know? So, all square. I'm willing to burn the +3 to not lose this hand. Dear God, if RNG is going to be the way this goes, then so be it. Here we go. $13, of course. Oh no, we don't have any way. Lord save us. We have a well, I mean, we actually are. The odds of us losing are still relatively low ish. We'll take that. I had 2 minuses, technically speaking. Like, I could flip that to a -6. So, theoretically, that last time, we weren't in the biggest world of hurt. 19, I'll stand on that. And he's out of cards. That's fine. That's fine. He's out of cards. I have 2, and he has nothing. Dear God. A little bit worse than a coin flip, but we do have 2 minuses, so again, it's about basically a coin flip. -4 for victory. We're up 2-1. We've got him on the ropes. We've got him on the ropes. I can... Okay, alright, let's do some math here. Let's do a little bit of math, alright? That's unfortunate, by the way. We had a 10% chance of losing right there. But anyway, if we subtract 6, we're at 15. And then it's 50-50 whether or not we bust. And we send it into a random RNG, winner take all. So I'm gonna crunch the numbers here. We're at 15. I mean, 50-50 whether or not we just win. I mean, we make it a coin flip or whether we just win. I'm gonna burn it. I'm gonna burn it, and we're gonna let the chips fall where they may. Of course, you would give me a 1, you son of a gun. Yeah, okay. We gave ourselves a chance at winning on that one as well, and now it's just a straight-up RNG fest. And we start off with a 10. Things are going swimmingly. Give me another 10, please. Stand. Wow. 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 A match for the ages. %70 chance to not bust. Oh, hold on, this is going to be how it ends. 40% chance. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. And we get the classic pure Pazak. After how many hands? After how many hands? And we earned 40 space bucks.
You did well in our last match, but I think your luck may be about to run out. So do you want to play again?
I am out.
If you're ever looking for a match and you get tired of posturing in the upper cantina, just come down here and find me. I'll play you anytime.
Ladies and gentlemen, we just won a maximum bet Pazak game against a suspected cheater.
No, I don't have a problem with it, really. Go ahead and interrogate me.
This is not an interrogation, Garth. Don't be that. Don't be that guy.
No, I was just joking. Though you do seem to be full of questions. It's rather refreshing, to be honest.
Hold on there, civilian. Only those with official Sith business are allowed into the Undercity. Unless you've got the proper security papers, you better just turn around and go back the way you came.
Well, I got my security papers.
Let me see. Yeah, these look to be in order. Okay, you can go down if you want. Can't say I envy you, though. The Undercity is crawling with mutants. Rat ghouls, they call them. If you see anything moving down there, shoot first and ask questions later.
You there, Upworlder! Anyone using this elevator has to pay the toll.
Yeah, this is our elevator. If you use it, you gotta give us something.
Greetings, Upworlder. We rarely see your kind here in the Undercity. I find it strange that so many of you have come down from the surface recently.
No offense, but I can see why people normally avoid this place.
Why have you come into this dark and sunless place? Is there something you need of me or my village? I will help you however I can.
What in the world?
Help! It's right behind me! Help!
Hurry, Hindar! Hurry! I can hear it coming!
He'll never make it. He's doomed. I told him he was a fool to leave the village.